Hi, I'm Peg, and welcome to my channel on science fiction short stories, where I'm trying to read a short story and review it each day from a different science fiction author. Right now, I am working through the newly published this year's Best Science Fiction, edited by Gardner Dozois. He has published just about all the years, I believe all those years he has these, and every year I buy the fat ones that come out. Hopefully this year I'll actually finish it. The one I'm reviewing today is called Kit, Some Assembly Required. Now I must say the Kit is all caps, K-I-T, and it's actually a play on words, because this story is about Christopher Marlowe, the famous 16th century playwright, who was also called Kit. The author of this, Kathe Koja, has written 17 different novels, and her last one, which she published just this month, August 2017, was called Christopher Wilde. I have a picture of that to show you. There it went. All right, get back. Huh. There's Christopher Wilde. He looks like a wild hoodlum, doesn't he? And I think you'll find out from the story he kind of is. I'm really anxious to read the novel. I read a sample of it, and it's much the same flavor that the short story has. The story, as I said, is based on many things about Christopher Marlowe, and I had to read it several times to make much sense of what was going on. First of all, I didn't know a lot about his life, hadn't read many of his works, and so I did look that up, and it turns out he was born just a few months before Shakespeare, so Shakespeare was one of his contemporaries, and I'll call him Christopher, was quite a wild guy. Evidently he got in some trouble and was arrested at one time for heretical writings, which I guess probably wasn't too unusual during that time. But he was also suspected of being a spy for the English government, and I think he got out of several different arrests by his spy cohorts on the upper echelons. The other things you kind of need to know about him are that he was stabbed to death at the age of 29. This is all kind of unsure who stabbed him. Well, they know who stabbed him, but what the reason behind that was, if that had something to do with his atheism, his stated atheism, his spying, or his known homosexuality. The other thing you need to know is, before you start this story, is a little something about his works. His two that are referred to mostly in this story are called Tamburlaine and Dr. Faustus. I kind of got an idea of what those are about, but I haven't really read it. But anyway, let's get to the story itself about Christopher Marlowe, or Kit. In it, there's kind of a knotty, twisted, two different storylines that go through this. In one of them, Christopher Marlowe has been brought to life in present day, not to life, but his mind is being used as a artificial intelligence. A young computer nerd guy is experimenting around, and he's able to somehow upload Christopher Marlowe and use it as on his computer. So on one type of print, the plain text, we have when Christopher is waking up as part of the artificial intelligence on the computer and looking around the network and describing it as he sees it, which is strange the way he describes it. And the other part is in italicized writing, and in that it shows more of things that happened in his actual life, which it helped to know a little bit what that was referring to. Okay, as the story goes on, I don't want to tell you too much, but the story is mainly how he seems to forget he's just an artificial intelligence and kind of takes over the computer and the web, and finally manages to kind of almost be his own virus spread throughout the world. It's really well done in the talk about coding, and he learns to code and this and that. And it really makes me want to read more about this guy. I'm not going to go into the end, but I think you'll enjoy the story just knowing those things about him. So that's about it for today. Again, the name of that I'll list down was Kit, Some Assembly Required. I'll write it in the underneath, and the author was Kathe Koja. The other author, actually, there was another one, is Carter Schultz, and he seems to, I can't find as much information about him. So, okay, I'll hopefully be back tomorrow with another short story review. Thanks. Bye.